In the evening, after the library has already closed, there's a knock at the door while I'm downstairs. It sounds urgent.
Come in.
Oh, it's probably a dog owner, right? Oh. I open the door to find a worried-looking Gwen and Elijah.
Miho, is Tommy here?
Uh-oh.
Nope. I haven't seen him since we talked last night. Is he missing?
Yeah, he was at the house with me and I went to pick up some dinner. When I got back, he was gone.
We hope maybe he came here to visit you.
You left your child alone? Although I still talk to all three of them every day, it's been a while since I've seen Tommy in person, not since the last time he and Gwen came to the library, which was a couple weeks ago.
I haven't seen him. Did something happen?
Well,
The two of them look at each other.
we finally got the divorce paperwork
Oh.
finalized. So now it's official.
I think he'd been hoping that maybe it wouldn't happen. But we just got everything signed, so now there's no going back.
Let me go get ready, and I'll help you look for him.
Thank you.
I let Juliet know what I'm doing, and she agrees to look after everything while I'm gone. When I hurry back outside, Gwen and Elijah are waiting for me.
I don't think he could have gone too far. I just went down the street to pick up some pizzas and Gwen came over as soon as I told her he was missing.
It's not the first time he's gone to hide, but he's never run away from home like this before.
Dude, the kid needs a a therapist. We walk down the residential streets with Elijah and Gwen, alternating calling for Tommy. I keep my eyes peeled not just for him, but for Gerby too. None of us have any luck. Near the beach, we stop.
Maybe we should split up. I'll go check at the house again in case he went back. Gwen, maybe you can look around in town?
All right. But what about Miho?
I have an idea, actually. I'm gonna look around Mount Victoria.
Okay, we all have our phones, so we can call if one of us finds him. And then we can meet back here. All right?
Elijah and I both agree, and then we all go our separate ways. I head straight for the mountain and then veer off at the path into the woods. For a while, it had seemed like Tommy was coming to terms with everything that was happening in his life. Was the shock of the divorce going through really enough to make him run away from home like this? I followed the path that Tommy and I took when we came here a while ago until finally I reached what used to be my den. It's in even worse shape than the last time I came here. Still, I'm not surprised to find Tommy sitting in the dirt that used to be its entrance, holding tightly onto Gerby.
Me!
There are tear stains around his eyes and his clothes are filthy.
Hey there. Looking for bugs?
He shakes his head.
Your parents are looking for you, you know. They came to the library to see if you were there. They told me why you might have run away.
Tommy shakes his head again, but more vigorously.
I wasn't running away. I was chasing Gerby.
The fabled wiggles in his arms.
You know how Gerby can fly, right? But look what happens now.
Cautiously, Tommy stands up and sets Gerby on the ground. Immediately, Gerby starts to rise into air like a balloon pulled up towards the sky. Tommy grabs him before he can get too high and tugs him to his chest again.
Gerby's not doing that himself?
The fabled shakes his head, eyes looking somewhat sad.
No, it just started happening. First he kept hitting the ceiling, then when Dad went to go get dinner, he left the door open and Gerby blew outside.
How did you catch Gerby?
And I had to run to go catch him, and we ended up coming here. I was gonna go home, but I don't know what to do.
I see tears start to sparkle in Tommy's eyes again and he sniffles. It's good to know he didn't leave because of the news about his parents, but the change with Gerby is a mystery.
Is it okay if we go meet up with your parents? I know they're pretty worried. And we can tell them about Gerby too.
Okay. I'm not letting go of him, though.
I lead us back towards where I split up with Tommy's parents. As we do, I call Gwen first.
Miho, tell me you found him.
I did. Yeah. We're headed to the beach now.
Thank God. I'll see you there soon.
She disconnects and I call Elijah next.
Hello?
Hey, I found Tommy. And we're going to the meetup spot right now.
You did? You're a lifesaver, Miho. Is he alright?
These two parents, I swear.
Yeah, he's fine. He was just chasing after Gerby.
Gerby? I should have figured that out.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you guys about it in person. See you in a bit.
We're the first ones to reach the shore. Tommy stands with his feet in the water, still clutching Gerby against his chest. He sniffles occasionally, but doesn't cry. Footsteps from behind us signal Gwen and Elijah's arrival. Tommy and I turn around, and both his parents' eyes go wide. Oh, they can see Gerby now.
Wait, is that?
Gerby?
The two of them are looking right at the little fabled as Tommy realizes his expressions also change to shock.
Can you see him?
Stunned, both of his parents nod. Gerby waves his flower arms, looking thrilled to finally be noticed.
Well, I'll be. The little guy looks just like I imagined.
Something's wrong with Gerby. If I let go of him, he starts to blow away in the wind. I don't know what happened to him.
Is that why you ran out?
Yeah, I had to catch him.
With a small smile, Elijah steps forward and he pats his son on the head.
I heard something kind of interesting, actually. I asked a lot of people from work if they'd ever heard of a fable like Gerby. And it turns out one of them had. He said that when he was young, he had a friend just like Gerby, his only friend. They kept him company when his parents were fighting or when anything else that was bad was happening. Then, once he got older and things weren't as tough anymore, he said his friend had to leave him one day in order to go to help out the next kid who needed someone.
Oh!
He told me that fables like Gerby stick around until they know that their friends will be okay without them. And then it's time for them to go. Sounds like maybe this is that time for Gerby.
But I don't want him to go. I want him to stay.
Oh, Tommy. Tommy can't keep himself from crying anymore, although he holds out onto Gerby. Big tears roll down his eyes, down his face. In his arms, Gerby looks up at him kindly.
Sweetie, sometimes we don't have a choice. Sometimes we have to let things go, even if it's hard. From what Dad said, it sounds like Gerby knows you're tough and that you'll be okay, right? Don't you trust Gerby?
I do, but
Tommy holds onto his arms so that he can face his friends properly.
is it true? Do you really have to leave?
Gerby's petal sags as he nods, patting Tommy's hands. Gwen wipes Tommy's eyes for him as Tommy pulls Gerby into a hug. His tears drip down onto Gerby's leaves like rain.
There's someone else who needs you, right?
Oh, that's cute! Still close to Tommy, Gerby nods again.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cute. Gwen and Elijah move to either side of Tommy and I step away, leaving a respectful distance. It doesn't really involve me after all. Gwen kneels down in front of Tommy, smiling.
Thank you, Gerby, for being there for Tommy.
Yeah. Thanks, Gerby.
Finally, it's Tommy's turn.
Thank you, Gerby, for being my friend. I'll miss you.
Oh. It's like a fucking Ash Ketchum, like, releasing a Pokemon. With a big sniffle, Tommy manages to stop crying. Gerby leans against Tommy, the top of his flowers tickling Tommy's chin. Tommy giggles. Ah! Then he opens his arms. Each of his parents take one of Tommy's hands as Gerby floats there for a second and then slowly starts to rise. With his tiny little petals, Gerby waves goodbye. Eyes crinkled in a smile, the breeze shakes his leaves, but doesn't knock him off his course. Up, up, up he goes! We're going up, up, up he goes, reaching Tommy's eye level, then Elijah's, and then floating above their heads. From behind them, I can see Tommy squeezing his parents' hands tightly.
Bye, Gerby.
After a final whispered farewell, Gerby continues to drift up until he's eventually out of sight. Tommy, Gwen, and Elijah remain there, standing in the shallow water. Quietly, I sneak away, leaving the three of them on their own. I'm sure I'll hear all about it later when we have our regular call, but for now, I think they have a few things they probably want to talk about together. As I make my way back to the library, I smile, glad that things worked out. It may take some time, but I know that they'll be alright in the end. After all, I trust Gerby too. Judging by the knocking at my window, it turns out Silver and I have different ideas of early. I roll over in bed, not totally sure that I'm not dreaming in time to see Silver gesture at me and then leap from the tree again. A few minutes and lots of eye rubbing later, I'm ready and go outside to meet her with the dog staying behind without any arguments this time. Silver's carrying a small sack with her, which I assume contains all her belongings. It's tied shut with a small rope, and she slings it over her shoulder. We don't exchange any words of greetings. Instead, we just start walking. As frustrating as it can be half the time, sometimes I also appreciate her willingness to just end a conversation, or not even start one. I don't have to worry about being a good enough conversationalist for her. It's easier to get more out of her silence than it is many others. 2. The fact that she let me come along on this last trip, much less came to get me, says a lot. We make our way through the streets, not seeing many other pedestrians or even cars. Only a handful of city buses, a couple of them roaming around empty too. Silver walks faster than either Aspen or Juliet, but I'm able to keep pace easily. It makes our journey pretty short, though. The glass walls and security gates of Skyport comes into views, waiting for us. It was the first place to greet us when we arrived, and now it's ready to see her off again. I wonder what Silver's thinking about right now. Is she feeling sad at all and preparing to miss this place? Or is she ready to leave and potentially never return? Good or bad, I don't think she'll ever be able to forget her time in Wellington. We come to a stop just a few meters away from the entrance. Facing the double glass doors, our reflections stare back at us.
Call me Unbi.
Unbi.
Unbi?
In Korean, Un for silver and Bi for rain. Silver rain. Although she doesn't turn to me, I can still see her face turn red in the glass. Aww.
Yes, it's the name I've settled on. What do you think?
I hope she sees me grin.
I think it's perfect.
Good. Thank you. I'm not sure what words to say. I've never said goodbye before.
It's okay. I never know either. I hope you'll come back someday. Or that we'll see each other again somewhere else.
Are we just ignoring the fact that she's gonna... She's just gonna be a stowaway? She doesn't have a passport.
Fate brought us together once. Perhaps it'll do so again.
So you think it was fate after all, huh?
Perhaps not.
She looks down at her wrist, surely thinking about her beads, even though it's hidden.
If not fate, then shall we make a promise that neither of us can keep?
You haven't broken a promise to me yet.
Oh.
We'll meet someday then. Perhaps you won't even recognize me. I might be someone else entirely.
Someday. I'm sure that I'll recognize you, though. You might change, but you'll still be you, no matter what.
Even if I'm Unbi now.
You've been Unbi the whole time.
Like always, I can tell when she's about to leave before she can. There's something I have to ask. I might not get another chance.
At first, you didn't want me to call you Silver. With your magic, what does a silver aura mean?
Love. Our eyes meet in the glass. Finally, she closes hers with a tiny smile.
Shame.
Oh. Okay, that's really on the nose.
Goodbye.
Oh!
Miho.
Screenshot. Yeah, it's really on the nose because, damn girl, you got shame problems for days. I don't know what to say. Let me get to... There we go.
Goodbye, Unbi.
It takes her just a couple steps to reach the door. They slide open, silently dissolving our reflections. Unbi doesn't look back once as she strolls through, letting them shut behind her once again. I'm left looking at myself, and only myself. Finally, I turn around too, and I start making my way back home. The last library guest of the day turns out to be my favorite one. Aspen enters just after closing time, with a small wrap package in her hands.
Aspen! I didn't know you were coming.
I drop what I'm going to do to greet her at the door. The dog does too, and she stoops down to pet him.
That's because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Silly.
Also because I wasn't sure I'd be able to get off work in time. But we managed.
Ooh, a surprise?
She shakes the box she's holding. Its contents rattle generically.
Right. I have a present, but I'm afraid it's not for you.
It's probably for the dog.
For Juliet?
Probably for the dog. Aspen just smiles in response. She takes my hand and I let her lead me towards the kitchen. The dog follows behind us. It's gonna be a collar or something. Juliet's already there.
Ah, Aspen. Good evening.
Hello, hello.
She sets the box on the table and then takes a seat with a sigh, just like she was showing up for breakfast.
This is the first time I've been able to sit down in hours.
Oh my god.
Thank you for joining us. I'm sure you must be exhausted.
It's fine. This is important after all.
I'm totally confused by now.
Wait, Juliet knew you were coming? I thought your present was for her.
Nope. I just said it wasn't for you. Although you'll still need to open it because it's for him.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a collar. She gestures at the puppy who's on the ground chewing his own foot. Eating his own tail. Aspen slides the box across the table towards me and I lift it up. It isn't very heavy. Both Aspen and Juliet watch me eagerly.
Here goes.
I slice a hole in the wrapping paper and then rip it all away in one go. Beneath it, it's a box of brightly colored letters. I try to sound them out slowly.
Deluxe printer ink cartridges.
Probably reusing the box. Aspen, who'd been leaning forward in anticipation, deflates a little.
Not quite. That was the only box I could find. Open it up too.
It's like the Costco boxes that you use for storage. I use one of my nails to cut the tape on the box and pop it open. Inside are... What did I say? Inside are a small collar and a leash. I lift them out gently.
It might be a little big for him now, but I thought he'd grow into it soon. Without having him with me, I just had to guess what the right size was.
I look for Aspen to Juliet to the dog, then back to Juliet.
Does this mean...
Indeed. They're gifts for the newest member of our
Oh
household.
my god.
I've searched and I can't find anyone looking for a lost dog like him. Nor has anyone reached out to me about it either. As he's already house-trained, he clearly lived in a house at one point. But it seems that was a long time ago. I don't believe he'll be going back. And besides, he seems happy to be here. He's already found himself a home with you.
The dog himself gets up and comes to sniff the accessories in my hands.
While I'm sure I know the answer already, I feel I should ask all the same. Would you like to keep him?
Is this an option we have to pick? I look down at the animal beside me. If someone had tried to put a collar on me, if someone had tried to keep me, I would have done everything in my power to avoid it. Kicked, bitten, ran, whatever. There's no way I'd have allowed someone to control me like that. But he's not me. Already the dog is looking healthier than when I first found him. He's filled out a bit, and his ribs don't poke out as much. He's been better behaved than I would have been, too. Julia even said he must have lived in a house before. I've seen that he doesn't always know how to take care of himself either. If I hadn't taken him from the park that day, it could have been a matter of time before he got hurt, like when he almost got hit by a car. I grew up in the wild, always looking after myself, but he needs a little help. When I look back up at my friends, their faces are slightly concerned. They probably expected me to answer yes right away.
I want to keep him. But what if he doesn't want to stay?
Oh, I think he wants to stay.
He's been comfy here so far, but what if that changes?
Why not ask him?
He doesn't know any words like Percy and Byron. I just talk to him anyway.
Those two are very well spoken, I'll have you know. But that's not what I meant. Don't you remember back on
Her face goes a little red.
that day I asked you out? You were telling me how animals don't have to communicate with words. Could you maybe ask him as a fox?
I hadn't thought of that.
I haven't transformed in a while. I haven't had any reason to. Aspen's right, though. Maybe there are things I can say that way. Setting the leash and collar on the table, I take a couple steps away from the dog and change its forms. More than ever before, I can feel the magic coursing out of my bead and into my body like blood. The sensations of my limbs shortening, of my face changing and fur growing out, stand out more than usual. They aren't uncomfortable, but I'm used to barely noticing it at all. When my transformation is complete, the dog begins to growl. His hackles raise and tail stiff, and he backs away slowly. He's clearly afraid, but the nuance of what he's trying to say are hard for me to pick up because I'm so out of practice. It's like when I tried to speak Korean after a long time. Danger, danger, fear, missing, where? I get the impersonation that he wants to know what happened to me, the me that he knows, and that disappeared suddenly. He's probably never seen a fox before, but he instantly identifies me as a threat. Above us, Juliet and husband watch anxiously. Her tail brushes from side to side, and I keep my ears and... Oh, my tail brushes from side to side, and I keep my ears and body language friendly. I try to impress upon him that I'm not dangerous and that the creature he's looking at is his person. Danger, doubt, danger, fear, doubt. Instead of growling or barking or any of the other sounds I'd make to talk to other foxes, it's more like I have to will my thoughts across to him. I try to convey that he can trust me, that he knows me still. The growls soften, but he keeps his distance and fur raised as he sniffs the air. Doubt, doubt, trust, doubt, danger? Just a couple inches away, I stop and lay down on the ground, showing that I trust him in return and know that he's not a threat to me. Doubt, doubt, trust, trust, trust? Finally, he approaches me and his nose goes still. We look into each other's eyes and then he gives me a gentle kiss on the snout. Trust! I nuzzle against him, showing him that his faith was well placed. As I do, I try to convey other feelings to him in the same way as him. Home, I tell him stay. I ask home, stay safe. I imagine him settling down here like I have until everything is familiar, going to sleep well fed and safe and waking up rested. Maybe he had that before. If so, I don't know how anyone could have just abandoned him and left him to fend for himself. I don't know how they could be so cruel. If there's one thing I can promise, it's that I'd never let that happen. Even if I couldn't take care of him myself anymore, I wouldn't just abandon him. I wouldn't just leave him alone. His tail thwacks against the wall as he wags it. Now that he's figured out who I am, it doesn't seem like he has to think about it too hard. Home, 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 home. I transform back into my other form. This time, he doesn't seem bothered at all. Picking the leash and collar back up, I finally smile at Aspen and Juliet.
He's gonna stay.
Oh, that settles that. Aspen helps me put the collar onto the dog, and then we head out into the backyard with him.
I'm glad it fits all right. He doesn't seem to mind too much either.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. Maybe he's used to it.
Or maybe he knew you were doing something good for him.
Aspen and I sit down on the steps while the dog runs around. He finds a ball that he left out here earlier and brings it over to me to throw. I toss it, but not too far, and he hurries off to get it.
Have you thought about what you're going to name him?
Aww.
No, not really. I guess he needs one though, huh?
Yeah.
It's better than just calling him the dog all the time.
Right. Well, if I was gonna be consistent, then I should probably call him Ugg or Uppy.
Aspen laughs.
Perfect. I know who to ask if I'm ever struggling to name a character someday.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Before she left today, Silver told me she'd picked a name for herself too. She chose Umbi. It means silver rain in Korean.
That's gorgeous. I like that she kept Silver as part of it. I suppose that means you helped name her too.
You're right. I wonder if she thought about it that way. I'll bet she'd change it on the spot if I ever asked her. I wish you could have talked to her more. I wish I could have too.
I'd have liked to know her better as well.
Aww.
For her story?
That's part of it. But it's not the only reason. From what you've told me about her, she seems like a good person deep down, who hasn't had the opportunity to express that much. She seems like someone who could have come to be an important part of our lives. Not to say that she isn't already important to you.
Like him.
Not too far away, the dog rolls around in the grass, kicking his feet in the air. My dog.
Yes, exactly. You said it yourself about Unbi. The two of you are like family, and now this fellow is part of the family too.
I pat my leg and the dog instantly sits up to walk over to us, greeting each of us with a lick on the hand. I think about what Juliet said a few minutes ago when she was telling me he could stay. Suddenly, it comes to me.
Happy.
Hmm?
His name is Happy.
Okay. Happy looks up at me, his tongue lolling on the side of his face in a smile. Aspen giggles.
Do you like that name?
I ask him the question, knowing that I won't get an answer. Still, it just feels polite to ask. Even though I choose to do it as a human, not a fox.
I'm sure he does. A saying that I appreciate is that names are a gift that someone gives you. And if it doesn't fit, you can exchange it for one that does. In this case, I think it suits him perfectly.
Watching the dog close his eyes in comfort as he keeps getting attention, I'm glad that Aspen agrees.
Now that you mention it, I've done a lot of name exchanging too.
You only started going by Miho here in Welly, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised you remember that.
She taps her forehead.
I'm good at remembering important things, and Miho things are important.
I lean against her, resting my head on Aspen's shoulder.
I think I like being Miho. All the good things in my life started happening after I picked that name.
I like you being Miho too.
The two of us sit for a while more, playing with Happy until he gets too tired to keep chasing the ball. Taking that as a sign that we should call it a night, all three of us head inside together.
And here you are.
Oh, the grand opening! With a flourish, Aspen slides 2 plates onto the table between Juliet and me. There's a fresh cut fruit, some warm potatoes, and a sandwich made with bacon and cheese. I hardly ever have meat anymore, so it's a rare treat.
Whoa! This looks really good!
I'm glad I haven't lost my touch. I don't do this kind of table service very often, you know.
I know! We must be your favorite customers or something.
Ah, you know.
Maybe, but don't tell the rest of them.
Yeah, don't let it get to your head. Today is Aspen's last day at this Bell House, so she invited Juliet and I to breakfast for a change of pace. Happy came along too, of course, and his leash is tied tightly to my chair. Juliet shifts her parasol a little bit to match the rising sun. She sips her tea and smiles warmly.
There's a reason this is our favorite cafe to visit.
Soon to be second favorite, I hope.
Aspen leans against the railing, looking up at the sky. The sun really highlights the bags beneath her eyes, and all the small things that probably only I notice, such as how her apron is tied more sloppily than she usually likes, or how her hair is done up roughly. Still, even this close to the finish line, she looks a lot better than she did when she was working on her book, happier and more content instead of looking like she's going to fall over at any moment. There's no one who deserves it more. Oh, she catches me looking at her and pretends to glare.
Your sandwich is getting cold, Miho. I worked hard on that, you know.
Sorry.
I lift it up and take a big bite. Just like the strawberry croissant, it's messy but delicious. Don't they make anything to eat here that doesn't need to come with a stack of napkins? I still managed to finish it in a hurry.
That was so good!
I'm getting hungry.
I didn't even know you had them on the menu. Or I'd have ordered one before.
It's not on the menu. It's just something I put together myself. I had to mark out a lot of different items to make it. But if you think so highly of it, then maybe I'll think about adding it to my store.
You should! I'll eat one every day.
Every day is an awfully long time.
It was that good.
I saved a little bite for Happy, who is currently protecting us from everyone who passes by. He doesn't bark or growl, but he keeps pace with them, walking as far as his leash will let him before going back to the start. He never tries to go too far, though.
Happy!
He tilts his head and then comes running, and I hold out the treat on the palm of my hand. Being as careful not to bite me as he can, he pulls it away with his tongue and munches, well, happily.
Perhaps you should consider a dog-sized version on the menu, too.
That would be the most adorable thing my team ever hated me for. I should make sure to keep some dog biscuits, though. I'll have to write that down.
That's a good idea. Maybe some whipped cream? A doggy cup? From one of the pockets on her apron, Aspen retrieves something I haven't seen in a while, a small notebook and a pen. She starts to write something down and then freezes.
Oh, Juliet, I just remembered.
Setting the book on the table, Aspen hurries into the cafe. Julia and I both watch her go. Even Juliet seems a little surprised. But 10 seconds later, the door flies open again, and Aspen is back carrying a different piece of paper.
Regina approved my idea to put a reading corner in the new store.
Oh.
I was wondering if you would let me borrow a few books to stock it. Maybe it could even be an extension of the library.
She holds up the paper, showing us a sketch of what it'll look like. Several wooden shelves line on one wall, and on the other side is a tall bookshelf that separates the reading spot from the counter and kitchen.
It hasn't been set up yet, but they'll be installing it tomorrow. So on opening day, all that will be left to do is fill the shelves.
Juliet claps with delight.
I love that idea. It would be my pleasure to share our collections.
Aspen beams, and I can't help but smile too. For both of them, I know that in a sense that this is another dream come true for Aspen.
Why don't you come by tomorrow and pick out a few, and we can bring them to you at the opening?
Yeah, you have a little wagon too, right?
That sounds great. I already have a list somewhere. I started daydreaming a little bit when I first came up with the idea.
I sit back and listen to the two of them chat about books for a while. It's nostalgic. All the names and titles go over my head, as unknown to me as they were months ago. This time, though, I don't mind. I don't feel left out. I wait for their conversation to reach a lull before clearing my throat. There's something that I want to talk about, too. Something I've only become more sure of since yesterday.
Hey, speaking of new jobs and stuff, I've been thinking about maybe trying something new, instead of working at the library. If Juliet doesn't mind.
Of course not. Please, follow your heart, and I'll always support you. Is there something in particular you want to try?
Dude, Juliet is out of this world. Literally. She's so nice.
Yeah. It's something I just thought of a couple days ago, but that felt right as soon as I did.
On the ground beside me, Happy hasn't left since I gave him the bite of sandwich, even though he hasn't gotten anything else since then either.
It was something this guy made me realize I want to do too.
Give me a dog walker.
I want to try to help out at the nature preserve.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday, Aspen said that Happy kind of reminded her of Unbi. That's Silver's new name, by the way. It's the first one she picked for herself. Anyway, not just them, but also that bird. The one I found in the woods that we weren't able to save. I think about it a lot. I want to try helping others like that. Other birds and dogs and whatever they have there. Like how someone helped me before too.
Oh.
Lots of someones, I mean.
Oh, Miho, that's wonderful! How perfect for you! I'd be glad to give you a recommendation to Amaya.
Well, they're gonna forget about her, which is the issue.
I believe they're always looking for volunteers. After a while, you could even apply to work there, like Amaya does. But listen to me getting ahead of myself. I'm already so excited for you.
Thanks.
Aspen looks a little more concerned.
I agree. That does sound like something that would be just right. But what about your magic?
Yeah.
With the library, it's not a big deal since you live with Juliet. You couldn't see all your co-workers every day, though.
Yeah. I've thought about that. I think I have an idea, but I'm not too sure about it yet.
Really? What were you thinking?
I don't want to say right now. I'm still thinking about it. I'll make up my mind soon, though.
I can tell Aspen wants to know more, but she forces herself to stiffly nod all the same.
All right. You can tell us when you're ready.
Thank you. It won't be long, promise.
It's not that I don't want to tell her, it's just that I don't want to get her hopes up. I'm kind of afraid to get my own hopes up. I take a breath, feeling my bead rise and fall off my chest. Maybe I'm just afraid in general. Still, I swallow that fear, pushing it to the back of my mind. I can brood and ponder later. Right now, I just want to focus on what I've got, enjoying this meal and moment. In Juliet's typically reliable fashion, she manages to get a call set up for me with Amaya that same evening. At least this time, unlike with Mincio, I don't have a whole day to fret about it beforehand. Instead, there's only 10 or 15 minutes between when she tells me she's going to reach out and when she comes up to my room to offer me the phone. Excuse me. It's only voice, not video, which makes it a little less stressful. Still, I have to calm my nerves a bit before I'm actually able to answer.
Hello?
Something I've been working on is how loud to talk when I'm using the phone. I always end up yelling since I can't really hear myself, but I've been trying to fix that for Aspen's sake. Still, I'm self-conscious about it as I press the phone to my ear.
Hi there, Miho, right? I'm Amaya at the Preserve. Nice to meet you.
Thanks! Nice to meet you too.
Oh, they've met before. It's so sad. If all goes well, then this should be the last time I ever have to introduce myself to someone for the second time.
Juliet tells me you're interested in helping out around here and that you have a pretty extensive history with animals. Is that right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Awesome. I'll be honest, we could really use a hand right now. Or 2 or 4 if you got 'em. As far as I'm concerned, a friend of Juliet's is a friend of mine. There's still a few questions I gotta ask you though, both as a formality and just to get to know you better. No pressure. These aren't the kinds of questions you have to study for. Is that okay?
Yep.
Where were you on the night of the 11th? Has saying no pressure ever actually made someone feel less pressure?
Great. First up, why do you want to help out here? Be as big or as specific as you want.
Because I want to help animals. I don't know if Juliet told you, but I used to be a fox.
No kidding. Bushy tail and everything?
9 of them.
Incredible. You'll fit right in. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Right. Back when I was a fox, someone saved me. And that's how I ended up turning into a person. Then once I got here to Welly, Julia helped me out a lot too. I like people a lot more than I used to now, but I still know animals pretty well. Better than most humans, I bet.
I love that. Okay, next question. What kind of work is it that you want to do? A lot of people, they sign up to help out here thinking it's going to be all clean and tidy like a hospital. It isn't. Animals are messy and dangerous, and you can't get mad at them when they screw up. Believe me, it's useless. It's a lot of dirty work. It's a lot of being careful and still sometimes getting hurt. What I'm saying is, it's not easy. Is that something you're okay with?
That's a really good question, actually.
Yeah, I am. When I said how I got helped out, back when I was a fox, I got my leg caught in a hunter's trap. I couldn't move, and it hurt more than anything I've ever felt. But there was this person who found me, who had already been nice to me before. Still, if I hadn't been about to die, I probably would have tried to get away from them anyway. They took care of me and helped my leg get better. They fed me and came to visit me every day, until the day they left my forest. So, I know what it's like to be that way, scared and hurt, and not sure who you can trust.
God damn. I'm so sorry. Us humans can be terrible, can't we?
Yeah, we really can.
Sometimes, but that's only some humans, not all of them. That's something it took me a long time to learn. There are good humans, though, like you and my girlfriend Aspen.
Oh, you're dating Aspen? I've heard Juliet talk about her for years.
Yeah, we're dating.
Oh, it's so cute. I love it when, you know, the couple is like proud of dating the other person. I think that really means a lot. It makes my heart feel warm to say that.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you've already got the job, but here we go. Last question, alright?
No, like, physical checkup or anything.
Yep.
This has actually been a lot easier than I expected. I don't even have to try hard to think of the answers like I normally do. Instead, I feel confident in what I'm saying in a way that I don't know if I ever have before. Well, I think the issue now is going to be, like, living conditions, right? Like, are you going to move?
Okay, here it is. Miho, do you believe in fate?
What?
I asked her that last time.
You remember that?
So that was you. That was gonna be my secret final question. I remembered having that conversation with someone, but for the life of me, I couldn't think of who. I thought someone must have tampered with my mind with magic or something.
Well, that's kind of on
To
the
tell you
nose.
the truth, I still can't picture what you look like.
Oh, you're exactly right, actually.
Yeah.
I have this, I guess you could call it power. Where Everyone I meet forgets about me in a day if I don't see them again. That's what happened to you.
She's quiet for a moment, probably thinking about what to say. In that silence, I make up my mind.
But I think I've figured out a way to get rid of it. I'm going to try it tomorrow. So hopefully it won't be a problem. If you can remember me after this time tomorrow, then that'll mean that worked.
Still, there's silence. Did the call disconnect? Finally, she clears her throat.
All right then, Miho.
Her voice sounds rough, like she suddenly caught a cold. My hair stands on end. Wait, is she crying?
I hope I'll give you a call tomorrow then. But first, you have to answer my other question. It's not the usual third question we ask, but I figure I don't need to ask about a time you met an animal in need.
Wait, why is she crying?
Oh, right.
Once again, this question is easy to answer, but it's for a different reason.
I don't know. But I don't think I care. Because either way, I'm still living my life. If there's magic or something else, then that's not really up to me, right? So, I like what you said last time. Either way, I just want to be...
Fulfilled?
Yeah, like Aspen and Juliet.
Well, if there's one thing we can offer you here, it's that. Also a small salary. It's not gonna make you a millionaire or anything, but it should more than cover the bus fare or beer money, whichever you need more.
Really? I thought it was all volunteer stuff.
We usually start them off that way. Helps figure out which ones are serious about it and which ones are just looking for a summer job because mom said so. But I get the feeling you're gonna be a long hauler. What about you?
Yeah. Now I have the pause to think about it. Working at the library is the longest I've ever stuck with something, and that's only been a few months. What Amaya is talking about is a lot longer than that. After spending most of my life not thinking beyond the next 24 hours and spending my time here taking my daily life for granted, I haven't had to think long-term too much. Other than making sure Aspen, Happy, and Juliet are part of it, the future hasn't been that important to me. I need to start changing that, though, especially after tomorrow. So maybe this is a chance to start the new year off with something else that's different for me. My New Year's resolution, Aspen called it.
Yeah, I'd like to be.
Super awesome, great. I haven't been this excited about a new hire in a long time.
Thanks.
I'm glad we're not on a video call so she can't see me blush.
I'll
Aww.
have to file some paperwork to make it official, and get the okay for the expenses, all that boring stuff. I'll try to get back to you tomorrow, end of the week at the latest. Sound good?
Yep.
Good. You better get that magic thing taken care of, Miho. I'm gonna write myself a note to be sad if I forget about you.
Aww.
You got it.
Good. Talk to you soon then.
See you later.
The call ends and I immediately sigh once again. Of course I can't blame her, but she makes getting rid of my magic sound so casual. In reality, that would be the biggest change of my entire life. Maybe even more than becoming a Gumiho in the first place. It's the change that I need at this point in my life, though. As both Aspen and Juliet love to remind me, it was my path through life that made me who I am today. However, that person isn't the same as before. The things that matter to me now meant nothing back then. So it seems logical to me that my need to transform, steal, and be forgotten has changed too. I'm grateful for everything my magic and my bead has done for me. But they're the final steps from that path that I need to move past. Plus, if Unbi is right, then they're not separate things that I'll lose. They're just parts of me that change too. That feels a lot more comforting, I think. Since Happy left with Juliet when she brought me the phone, I have a rare moment to myself. I remove my necklace and hold it in my hand, something I do quite a lot these days. Even more cracks have appeared on the beard. It's broken in as many places as it is whole. Light leaks out, shining on my palms. The bead looks like it could fall apart at any time, fragile, like a human. Something would happen if I broke it, I'm sure of that. Something will happen when I break it. Tomorrow, I've already given myself that deadline by telling Amaya. It's short, but it's less time to dread it and change my mind. Enough time to tell Aspen and Juliet, though. I want them to be there when I do it, too. I don't know what will happen if I were to let myself think of all the possibilities. I'm sure I would end up taking myself out of it. Instead, I chose to believe that what Unbi said, and what makes the most sense to me, that it would never make me into something I don't want to be. I'll choose my own destiny instead, my own fate, whatever it may be.